Welcome to 3D Amazon FBA. Today we are going to be talking about Amazon lending and like the application process and how to decide whether or not you want to take out an Amazon business loan. I have been using Amazon business loans for, I'd say, over a year. I've refinanced several times to keep getting capital. I do make more money than I am paying in interest, which is good. Right now I'm trying to no longer deal with Amazon lending. I'm trying to pay it down. I still got like 9 months left on my loan, but it is Q4, and if toys were out like plentiful everywhere like normal, I would probably take Amazon up on the offer and make a ton of money. They are offering me a massive loan. I'm not going to take it, but now is a great time to show you guys what it's all about and everything. So before I get into it, make sure you guys like and subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate it. All right, so we're going to go over to my Amazon account. So this is an Amazon lending loan. You can see I owe $18,000 on my current loan. Got about 9 months left. I pay about $200 a month in interest. I made a payment today, and I think it was about $210 in interest I paid this month. So how Amazon lending works as far as making your payments is you don't have to make it out of your personal account. So September 17th was the due date of my loan, which was today at the time of recording. And so what happens on the 17th is whenever you go to get your disbursement or your next disbursement, like the 18th, 19th, whatever it is, Amazon will keep whatever your monthly payment is. My monthly payment's a little bit over $2,000 a month, I believe, and they take that money out of my disbursement. You can go and pay early. There is no prepayment penalties or anything like that. So if you were to get say a disbursement now, a loan today, and use it to make all the money during Q4, you can take the money you borrowed and you can pay it off on December 26th, and they don't penalize you for paying it off early. So I just pay mine. So what I typically do is I know my payments due on the 17th. So like this week, today is Thursday. So today's Friday, excuse me. Today's Friday. So Monday, I took out my last disbursement. And then over the next several days, which is 4 days now, I had, I think, like $3,200 to disperse. And it covered the loan. And then on Tuesday, because Amazon for some reason doesn't pay on Mondays anymore, it seems. So on Tuesday, I'll get the remainder on my account, or paid to me through my account. So you can see here, they do give you an expiration date. They're offering me $54,000. So if I wanted to, I can come up with, just say, $36,000 in money to spend on product. Amazon does require you to spend the money on your Amazon store. They don't do nothing to check up on you or anything like that I've noticed. My previous loans, I did spend all of it on product. So, so if you were to borrow $36,000 and you have no uptick in product, you might end up being in trouble. I don't really know, but they do want you to use this funding for your store, which makes them money, obviously, is why they're doing it, is they're making money because you're selling more stuff, so they're charging you more fees and the interest. So Amazon's making a killing, not only loaning you the money, but on the fees you're going to end up paying from the product from it. So we're going to hit start application here. So you can change this. So see, it's saying I can borrow as little as 23,000. Oops, let me hit my number lock key. So hold on a second. Scroll down. Sorry about that. So say if I want to borrow 23,000, see, it'll say your monthly payment would be $2,044, 12% APR. My first loan, the APR was more like a credit card at like 20%. I've got it as low on a loan as like 9%, I want to say. And it tells you here your total interest would be $1,500 over the 12 months. So, it's worth it if I could take the, say, 5,000, because what they do is if you refinance, just like anything, they'll take this 18,000 and pay it off with this. So just say I got $5,000 from them, would I make more than $1,500 with that 5 grand? So that's really the big question you need to ask yourself. Or if I wanted to take, say, the full amount, would I make $3,600 borrowing this much money? You definitely should, unless you're just really bad at selling on Amazon. You should easily make this much money on getting $35,000. That'd be 10% return on your investment. You should definitely be able to pull that off if you're wanting to take out the loan. And they give you other options here. So if I wanted a 3-month term, like I said, I really want to get out from underneath my loan. Can I afford to make this payment, which I couldn't afford to make this payment, to get out from under it sooner? But you can sit there and toy with it. Do you want 6 months at, say, 39,000? You see the interest rate stays about the same. Would I make $1,300 if I was to borrow that money? Yes, most definitely I would. You should be able to very easily, make that money back. And here it tells you your net proceeds. And that's really all there is to it as far as looking for loans. Is you get through all these options, and this is the same as when you're purchasing, or if you're, doing your first loan, or you're refinancing. It's the same. Do you want to do a 9 month? And see, here would be the interest. So something like this might even be worth it for me. I'm still not going to do it because I owe 9 months on my loan. My payment would go up like $400 a month, but I would have $4,700 more to spend on Amazon product and my interest cost. So like right now, I'm doing say $200 a month in interest times 9 more months. See, my interest would actually be cheaper doing this. So this is something that I should actually even consider doing, because I have the same amount of months. My payment goes up a little bit, but my overall interest would be lower. So this would actually be smart of me to do that. Plus, I would definitely take this $4,700, and I would definitely be able to make more than a $1,165. So like how you figure that out is you'd go through like Inventory Lab or whatever you do, and you see your return on investment or your margin. Actually, margin would be better. I've been getting about 16% margin because I sell heavy stuff, so my shipping costs are high. More boxes I use, more bubble wrap I use. So my margin is, I think, about 16%. So say 47.35 times 0.16. So I would make almost immediately $757.60. But you have to also consider you're going to keep turning that money over and over and over again. So even if you're to do 16% every month afterwards, so just do like 16%. Oops, sorry about that. So you're at 757 and then another 16%. So then I would be making this much money, and so on and so forth. Is kind of how you would, kind of judge whether or not it's a good deal for you. And this is going over all my expenses. So this is being very low because, my cell phone bill is included in my expenses. My internet is included. Any materials, like I just bought bubble wrap that I like a holder that I screw onto the wall, and I just roll the bubble wrap off of there, because usually I just have it sitting on the ground, the bubble wrap gets empty, so all my expenses are included in this 16%. So I would actually be paying, this is actually like on the extreme low end. I have enough bubble wrap to last me at least through Christmas. I have, I think, like 6,000 feet, I want to say, in my garage, and I just paid for that last month. So this is being like very low on the optimism scale. But, this is like per month. So it would add up every month through the 9 months. So hopefully I explained that very well. But that's just being like on the extreme lowest end of how much money you would make doing the loan. So I just wanted to make this video to give you guys a heads up that Amazon does offer these, you should be looking into if you want to do it or not. I don't ever see videos like this being made, so I wanted to give you guys an idea on the process and how it works and all that good stuff. And again, this is a decision you do need to make on your own. See if you think you could make this much more than this much money over time. Can you afford to have these big payments? Because they all take it out at one time out of your disbursement. I've performed very well getting an Amazon loans, what made me go from a $12,000 a month store to a $30,000 a month store. And last year during the heights of the pandemic, I was doing like 50 to 60,000 a month. And I used Amazon to do that. So really without doing these business loans, I went to middle to buy the house I'm in today because Amazon lending is what propelled me to the heights of where I am. So, hope you guys got some value from this video. Make sure you do all of your personal research on whether or not this is right for your business. Just because it worked for me doesn't necessarily mean it's going to work for you. I'm not giving anybody advice on to do this. Just make sure that you're very careful with any decisions you make to make sure you can afford the payments. So that's what I've got for you guys today. Hope you got some value. Thank you for watching.